Just like the reproductive organs of ram and buck, the reproductive organs of a female sheep or ewe and the female goat or doe are essentially similar, with some minor differences in terms of size and structure. We will identify the different parts of the female reproductive system. The specimen that we have here is the reproductive tract of a female goat. So the female reproductive system is composed primarily of the gonads, the duct system, and the external genitalia. First is the female gonads, called the ovaries. The ovaries are the primary sex organs of the female. So there are two ovaries, the right and the left. They are held in place by the mesovarium, which is a part of the broad ligament. The ovaries have two functions. First is the production of female gametes or sex cells called egg cells or ova. And second is the production of hormones, estrogen and progesterone. In the ovary, you can see vesicle-like structures, and these are called ovarian follicles. So inside each follicle is a developing egg cell or oocyte. So the oocyte inside is surrounded by cells called granulosa cells that produce the hormone estrogen. So estrogen is the hormone that promotes estrus or heat in females. Then once the follicle becomes fully mature and called Graafian follicle, it then ruptures and the mature egg cell inside the follicle called ovum is released. And the process of the release of the ovum from the follicle is called ovulation. After ovulation, a blood clot is formed in the cavity left by the rupture of the Graafian follicle, which is called corpus hemorrhagicum. Corpus hemorrhagicum will eventually become the yellow body or the corpus luteum that produces progesterone, which is the hormone that is responsible in the maintenance of pregnancy. So unless fertilization takes place, the corpus luteum eventually regresses and becomes corpus albicans. So next is the oviduct. Oviduct or fallopian tube. The right and the left oviducts extend from the ovaries to the uterus, to the horn of the uterus. The funnel-shaped portion of the oviduct nearest the uterus is called infundibulum. The infundibulum is responsible in capturing the ovum expelled from the ovary. The portion of the broad ligament that suspends the oviduct is called the mesosalpinx. So the oviduct is the site of fertilization or union of egg and sperm cells. Next part of the female reproductive tract is the uterus. So the uterus is divided into a body and two uterine horns. Goat uterus is of bipartite type, having a body and a septum that separates the two horns. Uterus is the site of implantation and development of the fetus. The mesometrium is the largest portion of the broad ligament that supports the uterus. If we open the uterus, we can see button-like structures on its wall, and these are called uterine caruncles. This is where the cotyledons of the fetal placenta are attached. Posterior to the uterus is its neck called the cervix. The mucus in the cervix facilitates the transport of viable sperm cells to the uterus. So if we open the cervix, we can see cervical folds.
Compared to goats, ewes have a more complicated cervix, which makes the passage of an insemination rod very difficult during artificial insemination via the cervix. Hence, when artificially breeding ewes, frozen semen is usually delivered laparoscopically into the uterine horns.
Next is the vagina. In goats and in many other species, the vagina is the site of semen deposition during mating. Vagina also comprises a part of the birth canal at parturition. The female external genitalia called vulva, which is the outer portion of the female reproductive tract, is not present in this specimen. Vulva serves as the common passage of the products of reproduction and urine.